Here we go. Top 5. Take it away. All right, so here we are, number 5. It's War Tales. This was a game that really caught me and my friends off guard, but we absolutely love it, and the amount of content that they continue to put out for it has been great. Now they've got their own Open Your Tavern DLC, they've got a Pirates DLC coming out. It's such a big game, and the co-op aspect of it is so cool too. I really do enjoy it, and it's a great game that you can do whatever you want. If you want to become cannibal, you know, bandits, you can do it. If you want to be lawful good, if you want to be whatever you want to be, you can do it. There's ways to play it and do it. Hell, if you want to go rescue a bear from a prison and recruit it to your party to come and fight for you, you absolutely can. Coming in at number 4, Stronghold Definitive Edition. I have been such a long-time Stronghold fan that when this came out, there was no question whether or not I was going to get it. I absolutely love the series. It's one of my favorite ones to play. I keep going back to it, and it was one of the first real-time strategy games that I got for my son for him to start playing and get into. It's just one of those classics that when they give you an upgrade for it, you gotta pull the trigger on it, and it's so much better than Crusader 2. It's classic, straightforward Stronghold. You're missing out if you haven't got it. And the campaigns for it. The campaigns for it are great. They still have some DLC coming out for it, but the amount of campaigns packed into it are just top-notch already. It's not something that you're going to have to really worry about whether or not you're going to continue to play it. You're gonna play it. It's a Stronghold game. That's just as simple as it is. The economy features, the military features, especially if you want to just have like an economic medieval city builder sim, it has that for you. Or if you want to go the full military route, it has that too. You want to hang a bunch of your peasants, do it. It's literally yours to do what you want with. I'm so glad they decided to bring it back, and they did such a great job. It looks great. I really enjoy playing it. And if you guys haven't checked it out yet, I am doing a campaign playthrough on the channel, so be sure to go ahead and go check that one out as well. Coming in at number 3, Call to Arms, Gates of Hell, Ostfront. They just dropped the Liberation DLC, and a week before I made this video, they came out with the Wave Defense mission mode that my buddies have had an absolute ball playing. I haven't had a chance to check it out yet, but I've watched a lot of their videos and a lot of their streams on it, and it's super cool to finally have that wave defense kind of feel to it. Now that the Americans are a faction in here, they've added more maps. It's always fun. This is a game I continue to go back to if I got a couple hours to kill and I want to play something exciting. I want to play something that's challenging, and I want to play something that I just have fun with. Call to Arms, Ostfront is easily one of the ones that I go back to over and over again. It's very difficult to beat, and honestly, they did a better job on this than Company Heroes 3. Company Heroes 3, I bought it, I've played, I think I have 2 hours in my Steam, haven't touched it since then. But here, Call to Arms, the campaign's great, the conquest mode is great, just regular AI matches, the multiplayer's fun, the amount of detail they put into with the aircraft, the vehicles, the infantry, it's really cool to play it and see. And if you haven't played Call to Arms before, not only are you able to treat this as an RTS, you're actually able to take control and play in first person as well, or over the shoulder as well. Any of your vehicles, infantry, machine guns, whatever it is you want to be. So hit the beaches with Call to Arms Ostfront. That was my number 3. It's hard to beat. Number 2, and this is where I'm going to catch the most heat. Manor Lords is number 2 for me. It built up so much hype, and it executed and it delivered on what it promised. That's what I want to lead with first. It absolutely delivered on what it promised. The problem I have is within 2 or 3 weeks of playing it heavily, because I played it heavily, I beat it. I beat everything that there was to it. And I understand there's going to be updates, and as things change and grow, I'll continue to do it. It's a very fun game. It's a very relaxing game. There's not a lot of stress to it, The battles are really great. The city sim section to it. I love the road system. The road system is so good, and I love the fact that you can actually see as your people use the roads, they get wider and wider. But it's just not enough to be number one, in my opinion. It hasn't kept me on the hook enough. It hasn't really, like, there's no, once you play it and beat it out, that's it. That's great. I'll wait for the next update. And it is a phenomenal game. They did an excellent job. They executed really well. And this is a type of title that I could have easily seen from some mega studio, but it wasn't. It was from one guy and his publisher, and he did a great job. So I want to commend him on that. The fighting, the armor aspect, the trading, the economy, all of it's great. It really is. It just wasn't number one for me. And I think you guys might, if you've been watching the channel, you already know what number one's going to be. Number one for me is Bellwright. Bellwright came out probably 3 or 4 days before Manor Lords did, and initially I thought it was just a cash grab. But it is an excellent city or village management game, village building game, survival, crafting, fighting, quests, RPG. It's got so much packed into it, and they've already dropped all of these updates and fixed so many problems. Now to get to my honorable mention. The honorable mention for me is a game called Silica. Silica came out and had a rocky start. There was bugs, there was glitches, there was problems to it, and to be fair, it had a lot of mixed / negative reviews on Steam, but they have really turned it around. It is a lot more fun to play. Everything is starting to work now. They still have a ways to go, but it's still one of the better top-down strategy games that came out in the last year. It's the harvest system I really like. I really like the harvest system to it, the combat aspects to it, and the environment. The environment's crazy. It's so cool to see that not only do you have human threats, but you have these bug type threats. Think of this as like a Helldivers RTS, which Helldivers 1 kind of was. But you can also cut it into first person mode, right? So if you haven't checked it out yet, check out Silica. It's a real great real-time strategy game. It's got base building. It's got everything that a good RTS needs. Once again, well executed. Those were my top 5 for 2024. Whether you agree with it or not, that's your prerogative. Either way, I hope you have a great day, and welcome to the Roughnecks.